Welcome back. Today we're going to be learning how to make a fidget spinner. So first thing is I have a Google Doc called Making a Fidget Spinner, which will be linked in the description. This has a step-by-step explanation on how to make the fidget spinner. This way, for those of you who don't like to watch a YouTube video or might want to go back, the document might be easier for you. I'll also be using this document to make for the video. So either method you use, either watching the video, or using this doc will be the same process. I do have a mistake later on, almost near the end, at step number 42. So make sure to reference the video to make sure to see how I fix this mistake. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to be creating a new document. And just like last time, this is the home page type thing. And this is exactly what I write down. Open a new file to see a screen like this. You can see how detailed this document is. I don't need to look exactly at this form, but we're going to first click on the top plane, right click, press View Normal To, then press Sketch, and next step will be to click the circle with the center dot, and put it in the exact center. Next, what does it say? Make a second slightly larger circle, just like so. Then press the escape key. Then press this button. This is called the dimension tool, as we talked about in the tools and navigation video. And let's see what the document says. Click both the inner and outer circle. Okay, so we click it like this, press enter and escape, then highlight these two, copy and paste, and let's see where it tells me to move it to. So, okay, the document tells me to put it right above the original. And once I have it to where I would like, I press the left mouse button and it will move it there. Next, it says to press the transform button. Okay, that's this button. Press the down arrow, press the circular pattern. Select these two objects, and almost always it's going to show a highlight of 3 circles surrounding the middle circle. If that is how it is, that's great. You don't have to do anything. If it's not, you'll see up here there's a little thing that says 3x. Double click on it to change it to the correct number. So if I put in 4, that's how it'll look like. But since it's a fidget spinner, typical fidget spinners have 3. If you wanted to have a different type, you can. But in this demo, I'm just going to be showing how to do a typical 3-sided fidget spinner. And once I'm happy with that, I press the left mouse button. And you'll see we have now a bunch of these circles. let's see what it asks me to do now. Yes. We'll be making a bunch of these dimension tools. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing we're going to be doing is you press dimension from this circle to the outer circle. There's one. Then from here to the outer circle again. And if I zoom in, you can see exactly where I'm clicking. The inner circle ring and the outer circle ring to make that dimension. Next, I'm going to click here and here, connecting two of these outer rings. Doesn't really matter where on the outer ring you click it. Next, from here to this line, and let's go back to see what I have. Okay, then I have it from here to here, and here to here, and I believe that is just like the picture. The measurements might be different. Don't worry too much about that. Okay. Then press escape key. Now we're going to be making another circle. Just put it over here on the side. The size doesn't really matter. Now we're going to be pressing this tangency key by going all the way to the right. The last tool, you press the down arrow and press the tangent. Or you can just press the T key on the keyboard. You click here to this circle, from this circle to this circle, and from this circle to this circle. Don't worry, the size will change. It will be fixed in a moment. Next, I'm going to do the same thing. Tangency from here to here, here to here, and now here to here. And lastly, one more circle. Tangent from here, 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 and here to here. You'll see it will fix itself. Now that's the proper size I want. At this point, you are almost done. You're seeing the outline of the fidget spinner and the lines in between. Now, as long as you have these steps done, you can press the green check mark up here. This step right here where we have those circles is the most difficult part because you will forget to have some of the tangents or the dimension tools, which won't lock the circles in their positions properly. So undo these steps by Control Z as many times as you need to get it to look like just like this image. And ignore the numbers because they will be different. Okay, now that everyone has this step, the final step will be to extrude the objects we want. As you remember, we talked about extrude basically means to take a sketch and make it into a 3D image, a 3D object. So, first I'm going to select the objects I want to become 3D. And this is the step where I messed up on the document. Step number 42, I believe. Yes, or step 38. I wrote that right here. See, I do not click this middle circle. that causes it to look very strange, like that, and that looks weird. So to fix it, make sure to click the circles I showed right now. This outer one right here. That's very important to make sure it looks correct. So these are the circles I'm selecting. You can see you have that fidget spinner shape. I press the extrude button or press Shift E. And now I'm going to pan, 3D pan, using my right mouse click to change the height. The height is currently 1 inch. That's too high. I'm going to use this arrow because it's easier for me to see exactly how tall it is. And for me, a height of 0.34 works. It's just preference. Since this is not an exact replica, it doesn't really matter. It's just how you like it to look. And now we're basically done. The final steps are basically just adding colors and rounding sides so it looks much better. For me, I think one of the best things to do is rounding the sides. It makes it look really polished. So that's what I'm going to be showing first. I press this fillet tool, which is Shift F. And now I'm going to select some sides, such as I can click this top side and then rotate bottom and let's see. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let me show you why it was giving me an error. Okay, to do this properly, to get the rounded sides, first I round the top, then I round the bottom. You saw I just did a little bit of troubleshooting because I wasn't sure why it was giving me an error, and I decided to keep that in the video just to show you how sometimes there are issues and it's pretty easy to figure them out. So I fill it, then I just select one of the sides. It automatically does it for all the sides, so you don't have to click it each one. Then make sure it's on edge. The normal settings are fine. Then I just do it separately for the bottom type. Click the bottom edge. Here, I'll show you again. This is, I zoom in if necessary and click the bottom edge. See there. And that's the fidget spinner I have so far. 2 more steps I'm going to do before we're done. One is to change the color. To do that, it's pretty easy. You select whichever faces you want to be changed color. Let's say I just want this top face to be changed color. I right click it, and the last option, add appearance to face. And let's say I want a yellow one. So that's how that looks. And then I can do something else for this side and this side. This side, right click, add appearance to the 3 faces, and let's make it, I don't know, like a greenish color. That looks interesting. You could select all these faces and add appearance to 18 faces. Say if I wanted it to be all green. Except for this part, then I do that separately. Then do something like that. Oh, didn't do that properly. There we go. And one final step I can show you is I can go back to the original sketch by going to this feature list and pressing the view of the show sketch one. It automatically hides it once you use it once. So click on this eye and you see your original sketch is back. For me, I go to the bottom because it's just easier to click on the actual sketch. And let's say I wanted to extrude it. And this is a small little final detail that's not really necessary, but I think just adds a little bit more texture to it. And now I'm going to go to isometric, so you get a cool angle of it. Hide sketch one. And if I wanted to get a good screenshot of it, first I want to hide all these planes. To do that, I can press the hide button by clicking the eye. And then make sure to re-enable them if you want to continue working on the project. I can also change the view. I can press this box underneath the view box. It's called camera and render options. There's shaded, which is the one I'm using right now. Shaded without edges. That one looks very interesting. Shaded with hidden edges. That one looks more like a blueprint type thing. Hidden edges removed, which is just black and white. So, and a few other options. But the two I would suggest using are either shaded or shaded without edges. Either one of those are fine. Then I would like you to turn in a screenshot. Depending on what computer or device you're using. You guys should all know how to do that. If not, please ask. That's the end of this video. Remember, the document, how to make a fidget spinner, is in the description of the video, which will basically give a step-by-step analysis, which might be quicker than the video for some of you if you prefer reading. If not, just watch the video and have fun building. Thank you.